There's a lot more headroom for lows also going through the thing.
Yes, correct.
Because this was here on my previous thing. Now I have room to push it up.
Hi all. I'm here in this beautiful studio with Siddhart Kamath. It's called Studio 6 Productions, and we are here to try out analysis plus cables, do an A/B comparison, and find out what Siddhart thinks about it.
So here I started off doing music production to start with on a foundation level, whether it is for ads, films, or producing albums or singles for bands or single artists. Anything which requires music production, I take care of it, like, end to end. That's what I basically do here. Now that I have invested a lot on the setup and all that, I do a lot of mixing work as well here. Mixing, mastering, I do surround mixes in 5.1 and all of that. So that the space is pretty much set for all of that.
So you do surround mixes for short films, telefilms, full feature films, documentaries,
yes. Yeah.
And you also produce bands, correct? So you not only produce singles but entire albums as well.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
I mean, a lot has changed over the years. Back in the day, it used to be different. The kind of people, the kind of drive people had towards, probably putting up an album. And now, since people have access to so much, everyone has pretty little setups at home and all that. So things have become easier, yes, because everything has, you have an option of doing pretty much everything online. Like, the people don't have to be present here all the time. So, which is why I can pretty much do everything virtually with whoever's sitting whichever part of the world, which we have been doing. I have people abroad who, we do a lot of sessions depending on what time is comfortable and all of that online. So yeah. Stereo is the first thing I do, even if it is surround, and then take it into the spatial, whatever zone. So most of it happens in stereo first, and then I start taking objects and putting them in places, whatever the product requires at the end of the day. Because right now it's only film work which is happening, so there's a lot of sound design and Foley stuff which I'll have to move around. Otherwise the music is pretty much in one place. So with music there's not too much to do with spreading it in surround. If small things like reverb, delays, that you have to do it tastefully, because it has to translate wherever it has to translate. Otherwise, but it's a fun process in comparison to traditional headphones or stereo mixing. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm like fairly new to the whole surround game, and I'm having fun with it.
Awesome.
Very. So, I mean, whatever is already here is, yes, I've put in a lot of effort into finding the right cable, at least till now, until you showed me the analysis cables. Anyway, we're going to come to that a little later, but talking about what already is here, everything has been made like precisely a certain way.
So these are custom made cables that you have in your studio? All right. So we've tried out Analysis Plus instrument cable today, and also microphone cable, and you've done A/B comparisons. So with the instrument cable, specifically the yellow oval cable that we tried out today, what did you notice? What were the differences you noticed?
I mean, on a general basis, regular cable versus the Analysis instrument cable, overall it's a lot more open. Like there's a lot of headroom for a lot of frequencies to just go through. It's a bigger tunnel, is like how I would look at it. So better translation of frequencies, harmonic information, and brightness overall. It's a lot brighter in a good way. I mean, bright can also be like extreme highs and all that, which is a problem sometimes, but this is very nicely balanced that way.
So basically you have more harmonic information coming through.
Definitely.
So which gives you more flexibility in shaping the tone.
Exactly.
You could say that?
Yeah. Because I mean, we tried it out with guitars mainly. And yes, I mean, the moment I plugged it, I told you, like I can already hear the difference. Like I don't have to,
look at the waveform.
Yeah.
Amazing. And then we also did a A/B comparison with the microphone cable. And with the microphone cable, we had your full range flat response microphone about 2 feet from the speaker cone, and we ran band limited pink noise over it. Correct? So what did you notice there?
Same thing as the instrument cable. Yes, a lot more harmonic information. I mean, when we compared the EQ or the spectrum, we took snapshots of it or whatever, like your input signal going into the cable, the regular cable versus Analysis. Analysis had a lot more loudness to it somehow, which I could see on the meter as well. And this loudness is not, it's not like it's sending more levels out, signal levels out of the cable. It's, again, because it's open, there's a lot more going in.
Correct. And you also noticed mid frequencies as well as more information in the higher end frequencies compared to your cable, which again is not your run of the mill cable, but it's a very high quality custom cable that you have.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not like some next level high end cable that I've gotten made. I just used very good connectors, and the cable quality is like fairly good. So between that and Analysis is a good comparison. If you're using like very cheap cables versus Analysis, the difference is going to be like here.
Huge.
Yeah. I mean, from what you told me about the cable, I was definitely looking forward to it, and I knew like, okay, if you're saying this is gonna make a big difference because you had already tested it out, I was like, okay, now I'm very eager to try it out. I knew there's gonna be a difference because you explained to me how the cables are made, what kind of an environment they make it in, and there's a whole process to it.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is why it's special. So yes, I knew definitely there's going to be a difference, but I was just eager to see it, hear it in person, and it's amazing. Definitely, I mean, for people who are using a lot of outboard gear for post production, like mixing, mastering, like if people have rack systems which they've collected over the years, like proper analog gear, compressors or whatever it is, to route everything through those from your digital interface, these cables will definitely be a huge difference. Like you're gonna hear it. You don't have to, it's not a minute difference because everything adds up, right? Like even here, if like I said, if my entire speaker routing, all the speakers, I just swap the cables to these, I will immediately hear a difference.
The good noticeable difference.
Yeah.
So even when you're monitoring mixes on your speakers, if you were to have these cables connecting from your audio interface to your mixing monitors or mastering monitors, they will make a huge difference.
100%. Definitely.
So more information, so you have more truer mixes.
Yes.
As well as for a studio would you say that to have good quality instrument mic cables also means better capture quality of
Yeah,
vocals
from
and
source.
instrument
100%.
sounds.
Like if you're recording 96K, this cable just makes sense because you're recording on 96K and you're already getting so much information just with one cable, and then you do a lot of effects, post or whatever on whatever you're capturing, whether it's vocals or guitars. So yeah, definitely it's going to be a huge difference on the final product. I mean, initially it's a minute difference, but it's good. It's a good difference to have. But everything put together, once the final product you've printed it down, that's going to make a big difference.
Right. What we also noticed in the recording of the guitar was that with the same amount of gain, knob set to the same gain position, you were noticing more gain happening with the analysis plus cables, correct?
So this is when we swapped both the instrument and the XLR, because we went. What I did was go through a DI, like a passive DI, which is taking a 1/4 inch input and an XLR out going into my audio interface. So with both running analysis, XLR and the instrument, yes, definitely a lot more.
So an end-to-end connection with the pure analysis plus cables. So there was more gain with the same amount of gain knob set compared to your previous
definitely
cable. So what it means basically is you will end up reducing the gain for
you
the
won't
same amount
you won't
of
have to crank
saturation.
up your preamps
So much.
Yeah.
And because you have such a full frequency range, you're also cutting down on noise.
Yes.
So
definitely.
you have more cleaner recordings on your
You're
DAW.
gonna have pristine recordings, like no matter what with these cables. That is sure thing.
Awesome.
I'm assisting some people with some work with films and all of that. Just wrapped up.
So you got your film projects happening right now,
Yeah.
correct? And lots of mixing projects also. And you're producing any bands right now?
There is a band that I'm producing. This band from Calcutta. I mean, the major part of the production work is done. We are sitting in finalizing masters now. We have about two or three tracks to finish, and yeah, it's good to release. So hopefully we are planning to release it maybe in January next year. That's the plan, at least for now. Might happen earlier, later. We don't know. We don't know the timelines of it yet. But yeah, that's what is currently happening on the band production front.
And Siddhart is also a multi-instrumentalist. So he's an amazing synth and keyboard player, of course, but he's also an incredible guitar player and a great producer. Has a wonderful sense of tone. Great mixing engineer. I mean, so many superlatives just fall short because I've known Siddhart for so long. He's incredibly talented, and the work that he outputs is so amazing, especially since he's got this incredible sense of hearing and noticing changes, minor little differences. So it's extremely tuned hearing that you have, and you've honed that skill over several years.
Yeah, I mean,
right
it
now,
takes time.
hundreds and hundreds of projects that you've worked on. So it's incredible. So thank you so much, Siddhart, for your time.
My
It was
pleasure,
wonderful.
my
Trying out all the different
Yeah.
combinations
It's
and
fun.
doing A/B comparisons in your
Great.
beautiful studio that you have here. So all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.